Good afternoon everyone, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, let's do a walk around and tour of this 2024 Lexus TX. The Lexus TX is essentially the luxury-oriented version of the Toyota Grand Highlander, and in a way this looks a little bit better than that because it's not only a more high-appointed vehicle, but you also do have a couple of things going for it as well. This one here in particular is a base model, so you're not going to get anything extra in here besides a digital key, the cold weather package, and the all-weather floor mats on this one. However, with that being said, we are also taking a look at a 12-inch instrument cluster, a 14-inch infotainment system, and 20-inch wheels. With that being said, a huge thank you to Bob Thomas Pre-Owned, which is a part of the Thomas Auto Group here in McKinney, Texas, for giving me some time with this one today. And so, without further ado, let's go ahead and let's get started. Looking at the key fob, it's a pretty traditional Lexus key, and it includes your functions here. You have your lock, unlock, your trunk release, and your panic button, and your Lexus logo on the other side. Starting off here in the front of the vehicle, as you can see, we do have the newest interpretation of Lexus's corporate spindle grille, and it does look really nice. You have your Lexus emblem right here, followed by a front-facing camo for your adaptive radar cruise control, which also helps you to, not only stay within the distance that you're driving, but it's also going to help you to not get into a fender bender, or in this case, a full-on collision, because you do also have that forward collision warning system working with it as well. Taking a look, we are checking out a set of LED daytime running lights with xenon projector headlamps, as well as fog lamps below. Checking out the wheels and tires on this one, we're taking a look at a set of Goodyear Assurance tires on 20-inch wheels, measuring 255 55R20s all the way around. Coming over to the door, this vehicle does have a smart key access system, allowing for easy access to the exterior as well as the interior. By having the key fob in your pocket and coming up to the door handle, there's a touch sensor inside. Put your hand in and the vehicle will unlock, allowing you to jump on inside. Or if you want to, you can close it up. Tap this button here, and the vehicle will indicate that it's locked. The exterior color of this one is finished off in windshield pearl with the black leather interior. Coming over here to the door panel, as you can see, you're going to have some hard touch plastic material on top. However, it's made for that with some softer material down here. Also complemented that is with some nice white stitching along the side. You also have your controls over here for things such as your power mirror controls. This actually is going to help fold the mirrors in and out. You do have your power locks, power windows, and your child window lock. All four windows are going to be fully automatic. Coming down below that, you're going to have a map pocket and a small cup holder. To start, just make sure you have the key fob in your pocket or in the vehicle itself. Put your foot on the brake and hit the button to go. Very nice. The Lexus TX does come standard with a fully leather-wrapped rack and pinion power steering wheel with controls here on the left as well as on the right sides. You also have aluminum finished paddle shifters on the left as well as on the right side too. Left, you're going to have some controls here dealing specifically with your phone and Bluetooth, a back button. You have your volume controls here. This right here is going to control what's going on this side of the instrument cluster. To the right, you're going to have your cruise control settings. You're going to have your forward collision warning, cruise control, different modes, and your seek track. Coming up here, we're taking a look at a 12-inch digital instrument cluster, and it does look really nice, and you have a lot of things going on right here. To the left is going to be your driver information center. In the middle is a meter tachometer with your current speed as well as gear selection. And to the right, you're going to have your coolant temperature as well as your fuel range. On top, you're going to have your exterior temperature as well as the current time. And then to the bottom left, you're going to have, like I said, your driver information center, followed by this vehicle's odometer reading, which this one has just shy of 22,000 miles. Now, with that being said, we can cycle through a couple of different things here on the driver information system by touching this little pad right here on the steering wheel. So as you can see, we're taking a look at our average fuel economy. We do have our compass, audio, your cruise mode here, as you can see, which is going to be kind of in the same thing as your forward collision warning system, any messages, and then back to your average fuel economy. But as we go down, you have your average speed and elapsed time, distance to empty, eco indicator. You do have a boost meter, G meter, gear position, and a blank page. Pretty cool to see. Coming over here, we're taking a look at Lexus's 14-inch infotainment system. This is basically in every Lexus product that Lexus sells today, and the TX is no different. And as you can see, it's very well put together. Now, to the left of that here, we're going to be taking a look at your submenus, followed by what comes with those submenus. So, for example, your radio is going to show you different things here, such as favorites, tune, FM, AM radio, as well as Sirius XM radio. You also have your favorite stations, followed by what's playing, and all of that. You have your sources right here, which of course is going to allow you to select from either FM, AM, or Sirius XM. And then right down here below is going to be your climate control settings, which will go through towards the end of the tour of the infotainment system. But as we take a look here, we're going to be starting off with our submenus, and you're going to have things such as your navigation, radio, which is what we're at now, your phone, vehicle settings, as well as general settings. Come over here to your navigation. As you can see, it's loading up, and when it loads up, you're going to get a very well detailed infotainment system. As you can see, it does look very nice, and overall the quality of it is quite good. You have your little search bar right here, which if you push that, cancel.
Sorry, I'm having trouble understanding you.
So that's going to be your assistant down here. Zoom, your zoom in and zoom out functions are over here on the right, followed by your compass right there. Let's say we want to go, this is our audio, this is our radio, which is where we just were. Let's go over to our phone. You can pair a phone to the vehicle via the Bluetooth system. Vehicle information and stuff like that is going to show your current trip information, which includes your current speed, or in this case your average speed after starting the vehicle, your trip range, your trip duration, and then of course it's going to allow you to check out other data from when you last traveled via the history section here. And of course you can also clear the data if you want to. With that said, let's come down here to your general settings here, and in this case it's kind of a comprehensive list of things that you can enable, disable, and you can go through to see, you know, what comes with not just the vehicle but also other things as well. So for example, we do have of course your guests, because I'm a guest in the vehicle as far as the infotainment system is concerned. Of course it's going to show your saved profiles here, which is pretty nice. You're going to have your my settings here, which includes personal information, Bluetooth and devices, general, notifications, Wi-Fi, display, sound and media, navigation, vehicle customization, driving assist, as well as voice and search. And then vehicle settings includes your dealer information, info and security, software updates, as well as apps. Let's say, for example, we want to go to our general settings here. You have accessibility, date and time, keyboard, and language and units. So as you can see, for example, on accessibility, it's going to show you that you can turn on and off the screen beep. And of course, your screen sensitivity. It says higher value will allow a smoother operation with gloves. So pretty nice to see that. Let's say we want to go to our vehicle customization here. You can change up things such as the meter, lights, illumination, door control, boarding and exit, custom drive modes, tire pressure monitoring system, climate, as well as utility. So pretty nice to see. And let's say we also wanted to check out our driver assistance technology. You have driver support, which if you click on that, you can change different things here, such as the sensibility, your deceleration assist, your obstacles anticipation assist, and then of course you have things for your dynamic radar cruise control and things you can change in there. This is the acceleration, guide message, and reducing speed, lane departure alert system, alert timing, and of course your alert options. Coming down to collision mitigation, you have your pre-collision system. The warning timing is at the default setting. Parking assist volume, you can make it low, medium, or in this case mid or high. Your blind spot monitoring systems is going to give you your support timing, and then your buzzer alert followed by brightness. Safe exit assist is going to allow your outside rear view mirror indicators to be on. You can also turn that off. And then sensitivity, as you can see, you can change that there as well. And then coming to notifications, you can have things such as roadside assist, as you can see, excess speed caution options, other caution options, excess speed caution level. As you can see, you can make those changes there, followed by the driver brake suggestion. You can turn that on or turn that off depending on your preferences. And so I have to say, for what it is, you are getting a very well detailed settings area here as far as what we see in Lexus products. It's very good. It's put together nicely, and overall, again, it is well detailed. So overall, as far as the settings is concerned, that is it for the tour of this settings portion here of the system. But before we get too far into that, go back to our radio. This vehicle does, of course, have a 10-speed automatic transmission. And when you put the vehicle into reverse, you do get a nice backup camera with guidance lines, and they do adjust as you turn the wheel. You also do have a little scrunched in view there. And then that's going to be for your windshield wiper in the back there, which is pretty nice. And it also does spray your camera for you as well. We'll go ahead and go back to that, put back into park, and there you go. Come below that, you're going to have your dual zone climate control settings. You're going to have your touch capacitive climate controls right in here, which is very nice. As you can see, you have you can turn on and off the heated steering wheel. You do have your dual zone climate controls. You have front and rear defrost. Of course, you also do have fan positioning here. You also do have heated seats in here, 3-stage. And of course, your fan speed is going to be right down here as well. You have a dedicated volume knob here, your front defrost, or yes, your front defrost, and you also have your rear defrost as well as your mirror defrost there, which is pretty nice to see. Now, with that said, that's going to do it here for the infotainment system portion here in the 2024 Lexus TX 350. Below that, you're going to have your vents, followed by your wireless charging pad. As you can see here, it works really well. You have 3 USB ports, all of them USB seats. You have 2 cup holders here. Right here is going to be your 10-speed automatic transmission. You're going to have some shortcut buttons right here, which includes your traction control on and off. You do have your brake hold, auto stop start function to turn on or off, electronic parking brake. You do have your hill descent control, and I believe this is going to be for your drive modes, if I'm not mistaken. Or no, this is your eco mode actually, which is very, very nice to have. You do have a split open glove compartment, as you can see, with plenty of space. The seats in here, very comfortable and very nice. Of course, this is going to be a genuine leather seating on this side here, and then perforations coming all the way down. So overall, you are going to be getting a comfortable seat. I just wish that they did offer a cooled seat function in the base model, but if you go up to higher trims, you will likely get that cooled seat function. But overall, again, the seat is nice and will keep you comfortable at the end of a long day. Come over here to your glove box. It is dampened, it is lined with felt, and of course you have a decent amount of storage space inside. Coming up here, as you can see, you do have your mirror with your garage home link. Right up here, you do have your overhead light controls, SOS for your roadside assistance. You do have a sunglass holder right here, which is very nice. Come over here, you do have your visor with a mirror and a LED light. And then come over here to the left, you're gonna have your gauge dimmer switches here, fuel tank, which will open that up now. We do have your auto trip button here, followed by the opener right here for your cargo area. But with that being said, guys, the 2024 Lexus TX, while it may be the luxury Grand Highlander, it is a better equipped Grand Highlander, if that makes any sense. So with that being said, guys, let's go ahead and check out the rest of this 2024 Lexus TX. That beeping will let you know that the key has left the section of the vehicle. Coming into the second row of the TX, as you can see, materials do fall through in this one and is very nicely equipped. As you can see, perforations coming down the middle, of course. And overall, the second row is a bench seat setup, so that way you'll be able to sit 3 across pretty comfortably, and then you'll have to just use a lever on the sides here of the seats to go into the third row. As you can see inside, you do have 2 seat pockets, one on this side and one on this side. You have your climate control settings over here, fan speed. You do have your temperature adjustments here. You have 2 USB-C ports. You do have your all-weather floor liner. And then you do have a powered armrest with 2 cup holders. Fuel tank. The Lexus TX does come standard with LED taillights at the back. This entire strip does illuminate at night, which is very cool. Lexus is spelled out on top. You have your TX 350 badge right there, followed by all-wheel drive. You do have a opening tailgate, or I should say opening liftgate. Come inside into the cargo area of the Lexus TX. It's pretty good when it comes on the cargo space. As we're looking at it right now, you're looking at around 20.2 cubic feet of space, which behind the third row is actually not too bad. And of course, if you want to, you can fold down the third row. You just have to use this and this together, and the seats will fold down flat. The second row, with the third row folded down, you'll be looking at right around 57 cubic feet of space, which is not too bad. And then, of course, when you fold down the second row, you'll be expanding it to 97 cubic feet of space, which is pretty good. And of course, underneath here, you have some storage space and some other things as well. And when you're done, just tap this button here, and it will close automatically for you. Under the hood of the Lexus TX 350, we're taking a look at a 2.4 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder, essentially the same engine that's shared with the Toyota Grand Highlander. It produces 275 horsepower and 317 pound-feet of torque. Fuel economy for this vehicle comes in at around 20 city, 26 highway, and 21 combined, and that's on premium unleaded fuel. With that being said, this is going to be through a 10-speed automatic transmission, and this one in particular is all-wheel drive. Sitting back inside of the Lexus TX is a pretty nice place to spend time, especially if you are into something that's a little bit more luxurious than the Toyota counterpart. Now, this is exactly what this car is. It's essentially the luxury Grand Highlander, but a much better looking vehicle, if that makes any sense. When I reviewed the Grand Highlander last year, it was a pretty competent vehicle. It had a lot of stuff going for it, you know, the infotainment system, the styling, the design. It looked really good. And then, of course, you know, I've learned that, or I've heard of the TX, but I've never really gotten a chance to see one in person up until, you know, recently. And now being able to review one is pretty good and allows me to give a certain appreciation for this vehicle. Now, does it make sense? It's kind of a yes and no, because yes, it makes sense in the sense that, you know, whatever Toyota builds, Lexus is going to build and probably make better. And no, because you do have the Lexus RX, which is going to be like this small version. You're going to have the Lexus GX, which is going to be the more expensive version. You even have the smaller compact UX, and then the bigger, or not so much bigger, NX. So you think about it, Lexus has the UX, the NX, the RX, the GX, and now you have the TX. So essentially you have 5 different SUVs from Lexus that you can choose from. And to me, when you have different versions of different vehicles, it's going to be hard to choose from. So with that being said, depending on which one you want and depending on which one you're considering, I really do think that the TX does make a good case when it comes on to technology, features, and of course, just how this vehicle will be used in an everyday setting. Now, with that being said, this one here, like I mentioned, does come with a digital key, does come with all the floor mats, does come with a cold weather package for a total price of just over $57,000, which for a base model Lexus is not bad. You know, it's pretty much, you know, kind of on the cusp of a mid trim level RX, if that makes any sense when it comes down to pricing. But overall, still, it's a pretty good vehicle, and for what it is, it does get the job done at the end of the day. So with that being said, guys, that's going to wrap it up here for the 2024 Lexus TX, finished off in windshield pearl with a black leather interior. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.